with me. Be careful what you ask for. I came to Denmark for the cooler, nicer weather. We have a saying in the Rocky Mountains: if you don't like the weather in Utah or the Rockies, wait 10 minutes. You don't like the weather in Denmark, wait 10 seconds. You know, record heat to record cold. Wow, so I want to talk about, there's a shutdown in Indian Point. Indian Point again, that incredible disaster, which affects here more than it does in New York because the jet stream moves left to right. I want to talk about the computer glitch, which was no computer glitch in New York. Those liars, those liars. I can tell you what it was. Same players, Goldman Sachs, I'm an ex-Wall Streeter. The computers have taken over. You got one small group of people running the entire show. I want to tell you, they shut it down. I could tell you why. The frequencies are so sophisticated they have now that they could read the Chinese meltdown was happening. They started to see the, you know, the sell orders on the computer started to malfunction, that there was a mass programming of selling getting ready to happen. So Sachs and these monsters, they didn't have time. They didn't have time to remove their accounts. The computer got overwhelmed because it's all computers, because they replaced guys like me with computers. I mean, I was a derivative arbitrage specialist, very good at what I did, by the way. I left there in 2000. I could see the corruption on there, and I didn't leave because of, you know, economic reasons. I made a lot of money there. I left because of leukemia, because of cancer, because people that I love died of leukemia. And I want to talk about this. So what they did, they shut it down. They did it. Yeah, it was a hack. But Sachs and their monsters hacked it. They just shut it down. And so they allow themselves to reposition their positions. I mean, it's outrageous. That's how manipulated these people have become. That's how computerized this globalist bullshit freaking economic system. And you know, I've been pro stock market the whole time. I turned $3,000 into $700,000 right on YouTube, and you can go and deny all you want, but proof right there. To the day the gold hit 1900, to the day I told you to short it and get out on the triple leverage. To the day, who can do that? To the day silver at 47, triple leverage. I mean, buy Tesla, and all you people that followed my advice made a lot of money. You know, I do accept tips, and you know, karma. Look, if you made all that money and followed right, you have to do the right thing with the money. But something happened on the way to that place. They threw an American nuclearism flag in my face. Something happened. What happened? I got leukemia. I had to fork over every penny of it. My bill was $1.8 million. Wiped me completely out. And by the way, I could give a shit about money and wealth. I've learned a lot on this 4-year path and this journey. And I'm here in Denmark because it was Danish doctors and nurses that saved my life. The people in Denmark, I don't think people around the world understand the Danish nurse and the philosophy. They have just as much clout as doctors. And they saved me. They saved me. And that, I mean, doctors from here, you know, it's amazing, in Utah. And I want people to very much understand, half of Utah is from Denmark. I mean, seriously.
How cool is that?
But the meltdown, excuse me, the liars at Indian Point, how many is that now? I mean, it's just one catastrophe after another at Indian Point. It's an epic disaster. That thing needs to go a long time ago. And I can't believe people in New York, because there's great activists in New York. By the way, the best activists are in New York. And so, you know, I've been pro stock market. Even when everybody was saying, oh, you know, get out of 65 and Glenn Beck and all these freaking radicals, buy your gold guns, God. They've robbed you, they killed you, they fucking slaughtered you all your money. And everybody did it. They filed for, and I know because State Street's redemptions was 65 or 80 some odd percent filed for redemptions. So you got out, you bought your silver at 35, you bought your gold at 17, 18, you know, 1600. Now, I'm not saying don't own gold. You know, it's part of a diverse portfolio, I guess, but right now I wouldn't be holding anything. I think we're ready for a deflationary scenario. You know, I think the writing's on the wall. I travel a lot. I'm all over. And I can tell you, in Austria, in Hungary, in the Czech Republic, in Slovakia, in Denmark, people want no part of this global. They want no part of the euro. They want no part of it. They all get it. They all get it. They're sick of it. In the U.S., they all get it. They know it's a freaking rigged game. Everybody knows it's a rigged game. Everybody knows it's rigged. And so they've had it. And these control freaks, and they're cheating, and they're lying, the thievery that they've done, their manipulations kind of come unwound. And we're going to have a trigger to meltdowns, nuclear and economic, and they work in symphony. And like I said, cancer is the Trump. Cancer trumps it all. I'm here to tell you. I made a lot of money in my life. I did a lot of things. By the way, I have 2 PhDs. I had the hawk and trowel hand in my hand, a blaster. I balanced freaking all 3 careers my whole freaking life. Accomplished a lot. But my activism has completely taken over. Why? Because I got leukemia, AML. I met with a young woman this morning, a Dane nurse, you know, because they wanted to check me out. She was amazing. Boy, did she get it. You know, she says, I work in leukemia here with children. It's so overwhelming, so heartbreaking. She says, I can't believe you came out of there, Kevin, with that disease. I work in these units. We know the type that you have. People don't come out. I came out, and I kept my activism going. And, you know, you made a lot of money on my advice. Do the right thing with it. Number one, I rely on funding, but a lot of people do. A lot of great people, and, you know, the rats and the trolls can go at us, whatever, behind their computer screens, and these fucking, you know, we call them telephone tough guys. These pieces of shit rats, they have no fucking background, they have no experience, they have no knowledge, they have no practical experience. They've done shit with their lives. So, as I go across, this is a big deal at any point. Again. And like I said, I come to Denmark for the cooler weather. Be careful what you ask for. This is the middle of July. My friend that I'm staying with, he says, oh no, that's great. You know, it does feel good. I just got to, you know, dress for it and be ready for it. But the train stations across Europe, wow, quite diversity. But the deal at any, don't trust the liars. They're the biggest liars that ever, you know, the nuclear are corrupt, evil lie, and it kills you. And all you people that have been still supporting nuclear and say, and the refueling that's going on in the one reactor in Japan is not for electricity restart, and they don't produce electricity. They make bombs. That's all. Is to point at China and threats. And the China economic meltdown, I can guarantee you, that's what this was. That's what this was. They saw it. They caught the indication, so they shut it down, which is illegaler than hell. I mean, it's corrupt as hell. You see a lot of this going on right here. You know, that's the local media here, and so. Like I said, I made a lot of money in my life, but that doesn't matter. I went broke. I went completely 100% broke, and I've relied on grassroots. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's supported all my activism and my grassroots. And we've done it on a shoestring. And we've done it with very small money. I can't believe where I've gone. But when I was in the hospital, I remember my doctor, Fimbo, says to me, he says, Kevin, if you survive, would that be good enough for all this hard work you do as an activism? I mean, you get no rewards, you get no nothing, you get no zero. You just get your life. You get to live. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, where do I sign? Where do I make that deal? Where do I make that deal? So I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy. And I have survived. And money's not wealth. And forget it, but, you know, we live in the U.S. We all know what a catastrophe the health system is. I got lucky enough, I got in with a Copenhagen doctor. A Copenhagen doctor saved my life. Danish philosophy doctors, my family, Danish. You know, by the way, half of Utah. I mean, I don't know what went on here with the Mormon kidnappers, but you go to Utah and look around, it's so much Denmark. It's amazing, but the meltdown in Indian Point, or whatever it is, those liars. That thing should have been, I can't believe that New York is not up in arms. You know, the great act. Well, it's just like when I showed up in Vanderbilt's house like this. Remember when I showed up at Vanderbilt's house and they were having their iPhone and people were lined up down the stairs? The public be damned, Vanderbilt. So they were lined up outside, down the road, up Park Avenue, and I went along. And this is when 450,000 so-called activists are in the city for the climate march, which is the greatest parade in human history that no one got to see, that I stood in the front of. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was spectacular. But, you know, without the fourth pillar, we have nothing. And we have no fourth pillar of these fucking lights. Oh, yes, we do. They're called YouTube cameras. So we'll tell the truth. These fuckers shut it down. Get out of the fucking market right now. You made a lot of money. And you know I've been pro-market the whole time. I've never wavered. I've been pro. You know, a couple months I said, you probably should get out for a little while. And I'm not saying for get out permanently. I'm just saying get out right now. These companies are making so much money, it's obscene. Why? Let's see. They pay no fucking taxes. They have slaves. It's outrageous. And I won't buy stuff, because I never have. I buy derivatives. You know, and people say, oh, the derivatives. Derivatives aren't the fucking problem. Never have. You don't even know what a fucking derivative is. Please. Derivatives have nothing to fucking do with what the fucking problem is. People have to fucking do. Corrupt fucking people with fucking, you let these monsters fucking unregulated go amok. Just like Vanderbilt. The public be damned. So I go to their house. You can see the videos. They're all over. I have videos all over, you know, everywhere. So I go to his house and I interview these guys. Hey, you know they're using slaves, Chinese descent, African-American, great-great-grandchildren of antebellum South with hair extensions from executed Chinese prisoners. Standing at the Apple Store, working at the Apple Store. You know, hey, you support slavery? I don't, and I do have an iPad, but I didn't buy it. A PR firm that tried to tee me up in Canada a year ago. They pulled a very corrupt deal on me, and I mean, because that's what we're up. A pro-nuclear PR firm tried to get me and tee me up. They bought me one. I didn't even want it. You know, so I've never bought anything made by a slave in China, ever. I buy everything used. I buy everything retro. I always, my children know it, even when I had a lot of money. And so, stay tuned. But get out of the fucking market right now. Get out. I wouldn't even hold gold right now. I mean, I'm not saying don't have any gold. It's part of a diverse portfolio. But I got a hunch we're going to get a deflation. And it's all going to unwind, which should have happened in 2008. They're Q1, 2, 3, 4 fucking manipulated. These fuckers have looted the country. Not going to loot it, not going to happen, happened. The main event happened, it's called 3/11/11. And cancer the trump card? Oh yeah. The drought in California. The drought in California is epic. I walked every fucking inch. I've walked it all. I've walked every inch of that fucking coast. All of it. A lot of it this year. Nobody else does that work. I've done that fucking work. I documented this. I fucking know this. I've ate, slept, drank it. Literally sleep with it. So, and anybody that made all that money, when I told you buy Tesla at 14, you know, what do you, 280? What do you want? You know, I do accept fucking tips. I have a GoFundMe. You know, I've done this on very fucking small money. You know, and you know I have a passion for economics and finance. I always have. I taught it them. You know, I have a passion for plastering with a hawk and trowel in my hand. You know, but something happened on the way to that place. They threw an American nuclearism flag in my face. It took it all away from me. It took it all away from me. But the purity of my naturalist, environmentalist soul, which has always been there. I've never wavered. I've never wavered. I've never wavered. I've never wavered from the day I was a little boy on my environmentalism and my anti-nuclear hate for those fucking mass murdering rats. For you, the light that shines inside of me, you will never take that from me. So get out right now, and if you're trading, get your puts. I mean, the writing's on the fucking wall, these crooks, and you know, and you can't say, oh, get out forever, whatever, you know. For a short period of time, I think the California drought, it's on the verge of an economic fucking catastrophe. It's that severe. It's that severe. I saw it. And what's Fukushima? The greatest ecological catastrophe. The elephant in the room. That's the trigger. It happened 3/11/11. Stay tuned. This is a big deal. I'll keep you posted. I'm here in Copenhagen, you know, traveling around. I'll go talk to these guys. Stay tuned. So you guys local TV? Are you guys local television?
No, we're not. We are.
Just have a blog?
No, we're broadcasting. This is one of the biggest.
I have a pretty big YouTube following. I'm shooting a video right now.
Okay.
So I'm here in Copenhagen. I'm shooting on. I'm an anti-nuclear activist.
Okay.
I got leukemia, and it was a Copenhagen doctor who saved my life.
Okay.
Yeah, so
great.
A man here named Fimbo Peterson. Really great story. But so I'm here. That you know, I'm just shooting a video about the computer glitch meltdown on the stock market yesterday in New York, and there's a nuclear problem going at Indian Point in New York. They had a problem yesterday, so all right.
Yeah, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
You too. People in Denmark are wonderful, by the way. They're really a down-to-earth, amazing people. And you know, this is a melting pot, Copenhagen. It's an amazing melting pot.
Yeah.
But the Danes that live here, you can see how they saved me, and the Danish philosophy of medicine, you can see how they saved me. And I mean, the nurses and the philosophy, it's because it's a team effort. It's very grounded. It's very logical. Like I was talking to that woman today, she says, wow, you're a walking miracle. And I says, oh yeah, because of you guys, you nurses and you doctors that saved my life. And then the people around YouTube land, in the social community, as I did my activism, they're at every corner, they showed up. The people that watch me have watched me the whole time, that have protected me and looked out over me every place I've traveled. And I've traveled a lot. I've been everywhere. Megan Rice Trail, up and down that coast of California, every single pier, you know, here in Europe. They've saved me. They looked out for me. You know, people have helped me along the way. It's been a tough battle, but, you know, this is the good fight. And I'm in the middle of the good fight. And the good fight goes on. The good fight goes on. Now, this isn't about fear or hope. This is about reality. This is about the reality. Stand tuned.